Hi, I'm Professor Shanky. Welcome to another tech tutorial. In Microsoft Access, I have these forms and reports. Forms are used to display data and allow users to interact with that data. So it's pulling from either a query or a table, and users can click through the records back and forth and real time see what's in those records and make changes if you want them to make changes. Great for inserting, updating, editing, deleting. A lot easier than going into the table directly to manipulate the data. Reports are used to view the data that's in there in a static view. Normally we use this to print up like a dashboard or maybe a report of all your inventory or customers, and a lot of times we'll print that out on paper, and generally it's a view only look at the data. So forms we can edit and change if you allow it. Reports are view only, and it's pretty easy to make these. If we come up to our Create tab, we have forms and reports next to each other, and we have these great wizards that will help you create them. So let's go ahead and do the form wizard. First step in the wizard is what fields do I want for my form. You can have multiple fields on a form. Let's just stick with products. I'm going to add all of my available fields, the ID, the name, and the description. So I can click on this double arrow to bring them all over. So now they went from available to selected. I'll hit next. And then I have the layout options. Do I want this to be in columns or tabular? I'm going to do columns. I think that's a lot easier to read. And I'm going to hit next. I have to give it a title. So this will be Product Management. And when I click Finish, I have two things. I can open the form and start working on it, or go into the form design. I'm just going to go straight into the form view. Hit Finish. And here's our product management. So I can click through. I have my M coat, which is my men's coat, my W coat, which is women's coat. I have the new record selector. So if I click on this one, now I'm at 3 of 3. Now product ID, if you remember when we defined our table, it's an auto number, so I can't really edit it. It's going to do it for me automatically. As soon as I start typing the name, you'll see that product ID will change and be the next number. So I have two coats on here. Let me do M t-shirt. So this is a men's designer t-shirt. And next, and this would be a women's designer t-shirt. So I've just gone in and created a form to allow me to easily go in. I can go back and forth and change whatever I want. To women's coat, I can add down-filled heavy winter coat. Whatever descriptions I want, I can add and change. Now it's a lot easier, I think, to create a form like this than to come up here to the product and type it in here. That's kind of a pain. Plus you don't want users to be in your back-end tables. You want them to go through your nice forms. So here's my product management form. And just simply click through and make changes as necessary. Pretty neat. The other thing I want to show you real quick is how to create a report. So forms let you edit, change the information. Reports show you what's in there. So let's create a new report by going to the report wizard. And I'm going to also take this from the product. I want all of the fields. Next. Do I want to add grouping? I don't need grouping, but if I had a lot of groups, maybe I have cities and I want to group by city, or I had maybe a color and I want to group by color, I could do grouping. In this case, I don't have any groups. I don't need to add them. So I'll hit next. Do I want to sort things? Okay, let's sort it by the product ID. So this way, in ascending order, it's going to show me all my product IDs sorted. Hit next. How do I want it to be laid out? Columnar, tabular, justified, portrait, landscape. All these are adjustable based on how you want the report to look. I'm just going to do tabular and hit next. Always give it a good name. And I'm going to call this the product list report. Let's go ahead and keep preview and hit finish. So there we go. So here is a product list report. This gave me a printed report or a printable report. And this is a great way to make a nice report. The wizard gives us a nice header. It puts the date, time, how many pages down here. One of the things I see that I don't really like is the column headers here. So I can change that very easily. I'm going to close the print preview. Here's my product list report. And I'm going to close my property sheet for now, just so I can see more on my screen. And in the page header, right, this is where those column headers are. So I'm going to change it to say ID, so just name, this would be the product name, and I want description to be uppercase description. Just minor changes to make it look nicer. And I can come back here under view, and go back to report view, and now ID, product name, description, just a little more visual, makes it look a little nicer. And make sure when you're done, go ahead and save that report. And remember, we created this product management form as well. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go to design view. And I have the same problem here. Not problem, but I'd like to clean it up a little bit. So instead of product ID, I want that to say ID. Instead of name, I want this to be product name. And for description, description. And hit save on that. Again, I'll come up here to design and view, form view, so their ID, product name, description. This looks a little bit nicer that way. So that's it. The wizards are great ways of creating forms and reports when you're creating your database. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos. I'm Professor Shanky, and I'll see you next time.